Well, here to show us how to dress up our windows with custom-made Roman shades right here. It's so beautiful. Is designer and author of the design cookbook, Kelly Edwards. We want to welcome you to our home. Yeah, it is it's not a cookbook.
No,
well,
and see, everyone says, "Oh, you can cook. You did a cookbook."
I
And
thought we were
said,
going to go into the kitchen for a cooking segment.
I wish I wish I was in the kitchen for the cooking segment with Rick Belis. That's for sure. Because I'm from Chicago. I've been to all his restaurants. Yes, fantastic. But yes, the design cookbook. So it's not a cookbook, but it is a design book that's built like a cookbook. So the idea behind it was that, well, I'll give you a backstory. This is a true story.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, I was, so this is exactly how it is. So basically, it's recipes for rooms.
Right.
What a genius idea.
So this is my dining room, actually, and
why did your dining room need glasses?
Well, that piece of art.
It's a piece of art.
That I made with chalkboard paint and some chalk. So we took a picture of my husband's sunglasses, and then we traced them onto this board after we put on slide film. And then
how big is his glasses? How big is his head?
huge.
Well,
what to do? It's like.
We took a picture and then we projected the picture on the wall and then traced it out
That is
onto
genius.
the board.
You're like Paul Bunyan, aren't you?
Pretty much. Have you seen him? Have you met him?
Pretty big.
Well, before we go any further, I want to say hi to your mother, Cherie. Hello, Cherie.
Cherie.
We wanted to say hi. There she is.
Oh,
Yes, your mama. Was she an inspiration for any of the stuff you're doing now?
Oh my gosh, you would not even believe it. I mean, I grew up in a house where like Bob Vila was on TV every weekend. Like that was like the staple at home.
Yeah.
So I grew up learning how to
house,
do chop saws and table saws and DIY projects. But she's really the inspiration that I'm here because she just loves this show. And she's in Chicago, so every time I go home, she literally has it on TV.
Why didn't you bring her with you?
I would have gone to see her when I was in Chicago
Cherie,
last week.
Come back.
Called me.
What kind of daughter are you?
I know, horrible. It would have been a great Mother's Day present too. But she just adores the show, and she literally says, "Kelly, you need to get on that show. You need to be on that show." And she assumes that people that work in television just get invited to like every show, and everybody wants you. So I had to say, "Mom, it'll in time eventually." So this is
let's talk on Facebook. We'll talk. We'll be friends.
I will love it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so let's do this. What do we, Cherie? Okay, I'm so excited about you.
Yes.
Okay, she's so dear. What are we doing here? We have some blinds.
We have
and we're
some
making
mini blinds, and we're going to make some Roman shades.
Roman shades. Okay.
So we are going to turn this into a no-sew Roman shade for under $40.
Great.
Okay. First thing is you have to have the materials. What you're going to need are blinds, fabric glue, fabric, a measuring tape, and scissors.
Okay.
Okay. And then you want to start by taking out these little plugs at the end. So here's a little plug at the end here, and you can see there's another one down there. You want to take out the plug. Now when you take out the plug, you can actually start to pull this cord out. So I started this here, but I actually did the project a little bit earlier.
All right, let's take a look.
So I'll show you. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to actually measure your fabric. Now you want it to be about 3 inches wider than the actual mini blind itself. Then you want to mark it, and then of course you want to cut it to size. Now actually after you've cut it, now you have to glue it to give it more of a finished edge. So I add a bead of glue, and then I start in the center and I slowly kind of work my way out to the edges. And you want to do this on all 4 sides. Now I added a second bead of glue and I folded it over again, and this gives it almost like it's been sewn with a sewing machine. So then you can take your mini blind and you lay it on top of the fabric, and you undo the pull cord at the bottom, and then you pull out the little plug. Now once you do that, you can do it on the one side, you actually have to do it on the other side as well. Now once you have the plugs out, you can pull out the pull cord. So you want to start at the top and then work your way up. And once you have it pulled out, there's a ladder cord, and you want to cut that. Now you want to be sure not to cut the pull cord, but you cut the ladder cord. You want to do it on the top as well as on the bottom. So then you pull it out, it easily comes out, and there's one on each side. So here's the first side. And then after you do that, you go over to the second side, again, pulling the pull cord out, and then cutting the ladder at the top. Now, once you do that, you can take all the slats and move them out. Now it's time to actually add the folds, and I want about 3 folds. So I kept 3 of the slats. I put them through the pull cord, each of them, and you want to do that on both sides. And once you have it all the way down to the side, you actually want to measure it. And I did mine about 9 to 10 inches apart. And then it's time to actually glue. So when you glue, you just run a bead of glue over the top bar and then fold it over. And then you want to do that for the next 3 slats. Now you want to glue the slats with the convex side down because it sticks. And you also want to make sure that you don't get the cord in the glue because then it'll be a little bit hard to kind of pull up. And then after you've done that, you have what we have here, which is all the slats are glued on and the top's glued on, and the only thing we have to do is put the bottom bar on. So you just pull it through this little thing here.
I wish I'd have known this because I just ordered some Roman shades for my office at my house.
Probably cost a fortune too,
My
right?
kids are no longer going to go to college.
Okay.
Do you know how much they cost?
They're
expensive.
expensive. I'm embarrassed to say.
I mean, truly, Roman shades can cost
Yeah.
you up to $1,000
I-
if you order them
Yeah.
Yeah.
from
Special,
anywhere and have
yeah.
them custom
Yeah,
made.
custom
Well,
made.
I probably went overboard because actually real Romans are making it for me to make it
Only
authentic.
you would do that, I think.
Well, I wanted to keep it authentic, so.
Only you would do that. You have a bit of some glue and some glue.
So no glue gun. I'm shocked.
No.
fabric.
No,
glue. All right.
and sewing machine. Is there
wait, that's
something
a-
against the sewing industry business? I noticed like Tanya
Yeah.
does all this
Yeah.
no-sew stuff.
It's much easier
It's-
if you don't.
it's
It don't
the
snow.
sew.
If you don't.
If you don't snow?
No, if it doesn't snow,
wow.
it's much easier if
Listen.
it doesn't snow.
Okay.
All right, you're gluing that to the
That
top.
goes there.
Can
So
we
now if
We hung it.
And then,
you would.
voila, you have a Roman shade. So, now, if you want to see, let's see this, you just pull it up.
Look at that.
Like this. Now, keep in mind, we made this. So, you might have to play with it just a little bit. Kind of pull it down, get it
But it's the folds here that are.
The
But
folds
it's
are
the
beautiful.
folds here.
Look.
And then
Yeah.
you do
Look how
that.
nice that looks.
Like,
I mean,
how
this is
awesome, right?
Would you make another one for our
I know.
window there?
Well, that's the thing is you have one on this side, but now you need another. But we'll use that one if we
That's
can
what
do
it's-
it. So,
That's how
I
they
mean,
got me. They put
I-
more than one window in my house.
Ah.
I was
Well,
only
you
had to
get-
buy one
for
Roman
sure.
shade.
To get the step-by-step instructions, you can go to our very own Pinterest page, or you can also check out kellyedwardsinc.com. Thank you so much.
And all the
Tell
money
Mom
you
I said
saved
hi.
on this, you could spend it next at Hollywood Steals, right,
That's right.
Sandy?
Nice segue, Mark. Well, you know what? We talked about the power purse. What does it do? Come on back. We'll show you. Hollywood Steals is next.